On the 30th of September 2016, OPI TV was present at the student press conference in regards to Fees Must Fall.
I just want to debunk a few misconceptions about what has been happening at Rhodes. So the media narrative has almost been that the students are protesting for no reason, that the students are provoking police, and that the students are somehow acting in like a generally morally unjustifiable manner. So in terms of the first thing that I want to speak about, there's a very, very, very big difference between a violent protest and a disruptive one. The narrative on the media is that the protests on campus have been violent. They really haven't. All that's happened is that students have been walking around campus mobilizing students from their residences and their classes and just been shutting down the academic program. That's not necessarily a violent thing. It's disruptive, right? Because, I mean, protest by nature is disruptive. But it certainly hasn't been violent. And I just want to clear that up.
The press conference deconstructed the events that occurred from the previous week, including the police brutality inflicted on students who were protesting non-violently.
Secondly, in terms of our interactions with the police, the ironic thing is that even though the protesting students have been labeled as violent, the only people who have been physically injured as a consequence of violence are the protesting students themselves, not only at the hands of the police, but also most recently at the hands of lecturers as well. So lecturers are like physically attacking and pepper spraying students for raising the pertinent issue of free education in the classroom setting.
According to students, the manner in which management dealt with the matter in regards to police brutality was incompassionate and continued to represent student protesters in a negative light.
I think another problem is that, for instance, the shooting that happened at the Rhodes Lawns, for me it's rather shameful that no one from management was able to come out of their offices and while students are being shot, because it is literally a few meters away. If you stand, any member of management, they stand at the windows of their offices, could see in full view that students were getting shot. But no one came out to protect the students. No one came out to stop the police officers. All we are getting is that police officers can run rampage on this campus and there's no protection for us. And themselves, they couldn't even come out and say, there are no stones at the Rhodes Lawns, number one. No stones exist there. Our parents do a very good job of getting rid of those stones. There aren't any stones. And no one, it seems under that agreement that we're going to work together, management is not trying to come out and fix the narrative that Rhodes University is working together. What they're instead doing is attacking students.
A representative of the hashtag UCAR11 expressed the process they have gone through and shall face in regards to prior arrest.
We are out on bail at this point in time, and there are various conditions of this bail, some which are very, I would say from the state's point of view and how I see it, very oppressive for a student. All right, and very limiting and constricting for a student because, for example, I'll take one condition. We need to appear in court on the 30th of November as a student. And we are all aware of the fact that we finish exams just before the 28th of November. And I think at this point in time, we do know that we are all in this together for free education. And when we say free education, it's because we do not have the money to pay for this education and anything else that comes along with it. So if we are compelled then to be in court on the 30th, who then is liable to pay for our accommodation? Who then is liable to pay for our transport costs? And so on and so forth as a student.
The overarching argument by student protesters is to plead to Minister Blade Nzimande to come up with a viable solution for education as a priority.
We may be saying that management, these are demands, but the main demand is also Blade must answer. Yes. Blade must account for the poor South African child. It's appalling to see our ministers carry on with their daily lives when students are actually being brutalized in the name of free education.
This is Mayo Twala reporting for OPTV, Grahamstown.
Then thirdly, we want to speak on what happened on...